and welcome to the next episode of TechTalkies, where we talk to very interesting people.
So I'm going to show you how the mind works, and help them to skip or focus on a particular thing. I'm going to teach you guys this, okay?
Things like depression, stress, and also to improve on, become more excellent in whatever they're doing. And you've given them a very, very interesting tip on how they can have a great day. I remember when there was a very young drummer called Siddharth. He was a 12-year-old, but he was also already playing drums all over the place. And this one afternoon, when the parents were sleeping, they suddenly hear this drum beat and then go and see this 3-year-old child drumming away. So then they realized that the child had that aptitude and encouraged that. And by the time he was 12, he was already a great drummer.
Exactly.
Very similar story. There's a school in Germany, I believe, where for 1 year, every child goes onto the stage and everybody claps. So they get so used to that applause that by the time they are 12, they are performing at an international level.
Yeah.
So can this also be considered as the power of suggestion?
Yeah, definitely. For example, I'll tell you the exact inverse thing of what he said about the boy. In our center, there was this, I think, doctor who came. He was about 77 years old. And he was there, he was sitting and he was saying, like, I'm a doctor and I need your help. I said, I'm ready to do that. And he said, I've got 3 daughters. 2 of them are married and the third one is not married, and I don't have money for a marriage. I said, it's amazing, because you're a doctor and what are you? He's a general surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
So normally in hypnosis, what happens is we don't beat around the bush. So if you beat around the bush, it's like it's going to take a long time. So we just target directly. Like if you ask specific questions, you get specific answers.
Mm-hmm.
So the question I asked at that time, whose decision was it to join MBBS? Was it yours? He said, no, but how did you know that? But I said, then whose is that? He said, my brother's, my elder brother. But I said, why your elder brother? He said, because my father died when I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
My elder brother took the position of my father.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said, I wanted to, he said MBBS, I didn't like it. Then what did you want to do? What was your passion? He said, my passion was to be a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, why didn't you tell your brother that? He said, I told it. And he said, you don't understand anything at this age. Just shut up and do what I ask you to do. So he pushed me there. And I said, that means for all these years you've been doing something you hated.
Correct.
And I said, if you had been a pilot, you would have been a captain of a huge fleet and a totally different world today.
So sometimes when I go and speak at engineering colleges, I will always ask this question. How many of you are here because you wanted to be here? Very few hands will go up.
Yeah.
How many of you are here because your parents wanted you to be here? Majority of the hands will go up. Which means that the parents want their children to live, their dream rather than the child's dream.
Exactly.
Okay, so that is again, I think, is a huge problem, because
there's a book called The Element. I forgot the name of the author. The Element, where it's actually written for the parents as to how much time they have to dedicate and find out with care and love what the child is very strong in, what are their core skills and talents, and slowly encourage the child in that line so that they can become a huge superstar in that.
So you said hypnosis works on suggestion. Okay, predominantly it's based on suggestion. So would that also mean auto-suggestion?
Yeah.
Can I hypnotize myself?
Yes. Hypnosis works on suggestions, whether for ourselves or others. But you must have seen that why suggestions don't work most of the time. Did you ever wonder that?
No, I haven't thought about that.
You didn't think about that, because suggestions, many times people say, I've talked to people, like all cross sections of people. They say, suggestions I've tried, it doesn't work.
Or they call it affirmations.
Yeah, more or less kind of the same stuff.
Yeah.
See, affirmations work if they're used correctly. And how to use them correctly is the secret. Most of the times, it's not used properly and no results are there because of that. So how to use affirmation is very simple. When you say an affirmation, you have to say it with emotional involvement, because your thoughts are the language of your brain, and your emotions are the language of the body, and your body is your subconscious mind. I could have just pointed to a stain right there, but why did your hand come?
Because your hand came, I thought.
Because you have done this thousands and thousands and thousands of times, your body remembers that. Because that's your subconscious mind. So when I do this, you don't think. Automatically the hand
comes out.
Isn't that fascinating?
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So when you say something, you have to teach it to your body. And your body understands emotions. Emotion is the language of the body. Once you say an affirmation with emotional involvement in it, then the body understands. Then the suggestion works.
So does that also make me very predictable? Because you're putting out your hand and my hand is coming out. So
Yes.
am I that predictable?
Just imagine, just for a physical thing itself, you're automatically responding. For invisible things like thoughts that's flowing inside all of us, we are also conditioned by thoughts like this. How much difficult it's going to be.
Right. So which should also mean unlearning, isn't it? We also have to unlearn what we have learned.
Let me say, put it like this. If you have an old band which you don't like on a cassette tape, many people may not understand a cassette tape, but still, and you want to record a new song, like A.R. Rahman's latest hits, what happens is, you don't have to rewind, press the record and play button and erase it fully and then rewind and record the A.R. Rahman one. You record A.R. Rahman, the old songs are automatically erased. So once you put a new belief pattern on top, the old one automatically goes away.
So that then finally boils down to your belief system then.
Exactly. Belief systems. Talking about belief systems, I got something very interesting for you and for our viewers there. Want to see it?
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, here I have a tube and a stick with a hook on it, right? Can you see that hook? That's the
Yes,
hook.
yes.
Yeah, small hook.
Okay.
And a rubber band running through the tube. What you need to do is like give it the right twist and hook the rubber band. You got to hook the rubber band, okay? It's not hooked yet. Watch it. That's it. Got it. That's it. Now it's come off 1 minute. See? Can you see it?
Yeah.
I hooked it now. Now I'll just unhook it and give it to you. Can you try hooking it? It needs a lot of knack, you know. You have to give it the right twist. Only then it works. Try.
No.
Maybe I can just go for a walk in. Right? Okay, now I'll show you. Now, Eddie, if I were to tell you that there is no rubber band going inside, and this is not hooking it at all, and I was just telling you it's going to hook, I'm going to give it the right twist and do that, and it's hooking. I'm just pressing it with my thumb and first finger. That's all I'm doing. Okay. And now I'm telling you a story. This is basically a story I'm telling you. And if you buy my story, you start acting according to my story and believe that to be true. And that becomes your belief system.
Oh, yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now the thing is, one important thing about hypnosis is also belief. When you talk about belief, I must believe that something is going to happen. I must believe I'll be the best in the country or the best performer in the company, whatever. For that, I like to show you something with magic, okay? A magician has to believe that he's a magician. Because what he's doing is not like real magic, right?
Yeah.
So, but if he
It's
believes...
an illusion, right?
Yeah, if he believes that he's doing the real magic, the audience which sees it will also believe it. For example, watch this. A coin, I place it right here, squeeze, it's gone, comes back from there. See, I can place it here, I can pull it out from there. Now the beauty is, when I place the coin, I'm going to teach you guys this, okay? When I place the coin here, I believe that the coin is here, but the coin is actually here. So when I believe, watch here, and then produce it from there, that belief actually triggers the belief inside the person who's watching it. When I believe, he believes or she believes. But when I don't believe, that person doesn't believe. So creating new belief systems also needs trust that it's going to happen. A positive expectancy that we're going in the right direction, and this is going to bring us good.
So here again, your positive thinking and your negative thinking also plays a huge role in this, isn't it?
Yeah. Positive thinking. The thing is, everybody's conditioned in certain ways. Some people are naturally positive, like I told you, Dhoni or our Shri APJ Abdul Kalam ji. All of them are basically positive. It's inbuilt in them.
Right.
But many people can learn it from others. It's learnable. It's teachable.
I see.
Yes.
You say it's also teachable.
Yes. See, when your belief system changes, your attitude changes. When your attitude changes, your life changes.
Exactly. So then it also means that everything begins with a thought.
Yes. The beauty is, it all begins with a thought. But you need to not just, a thought by itself is powerless.
But thoughts are also energy, right?
Thoughts are energy. The thought that is actually focused on very strongly and targeted towards a specific goal with absolute passion and emotional involvement on a consistent basis helps to achieve any goal you want.
I think that's what is said in this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, I think it's been said in
many
books.
Many books. But people don't really understand,
Yeah.
and they're not doing it right to get the full benefit out of it.
Yes.
And what was news to me, that it is also teachable. So if our viewers want to learn this consciously, I think there is a lot of scope for actually contacting people like Mr. Vadivel and learning this, because it will definitely help you in your life. That is what I'm trying to say.
So I'm going to show you how the mind works. We can guide a person's thinking by using specific words and help them to skip or focus on a particular thing. Would you like to experience that?
Yeah, why not?
I think our audience also has to experience it.
Right.
What I'm going to do is this. As I'm going to give this card here, we're going to flash a card to the audience also. You'll be seeing it and they'll be seeing it there. Okay?
Right.
And I'm going to cover this card. See, we have 4 lines. You're going to see 4 lines on the screen. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. In the 10 seconds, I want you to scan those 4 lines and try to find out how many letter F's are there. Letter F. Okay? But remember, please don't miss or skip any of them. Are you ready? Here we go. As I cover this, you're going to see it there.
The 3 F's.
3 F's? You're sure?
Yeah.
If I said there was 4, what would you say?
I mean, I could...
See, only 3.
3, yeah.
If I said 5, impossible, right? 6?
Almost, completely impossible.
Actually, there are letter F's. 6 of them are there in this card. 6
Really?
of them, yeah. And let me tell you all, the people who missed or got only 3 must have missed the 3 OFs in the middle of that. And why this works is because I guided you to miss a lot of things. How? Because how I framed this sentence. I said, I want you all to see. I didn't say read. I said, I'm going to ask you all to scan the 4 lines. Scan is a very dicey word. You can't scan 4 lines with your eyes. You can either read them or not. I want you to scan these 4 lines. And I want you to try to find out. If I say, Eddie, I want you to take this pendulum. I want you to try to take this. No, I said try to take it. So you can either take it or don't take it. So when you try, what happens is most of the time people miss. So try is again a loaded word. So I said try to find out how many letter F's, but please don't miss or skip any of them. Remember the pink elephant? So what happens? You tend to miss and skip many of them. So most of the times people get less number of F's than there is actually there.
So this is something like subliminal messaging as well.
Exactly. So this is how you can message people through words, through language. So hypnosis is a huge ocean, how you influence your people, your people's minds, your minds, and always for the best.
at this stage, I want to ask you, how did you get interested in this, and how did you start practicing this skill?
See, actually, the first workshop I attended was Rushi Kumar Pandya, his workshop in Taj. It was my dad. It was a 2-day program where he taught us majorly like what is self-hypnosis, how to program ourselves, and have a relaxed mind, study better, and things like that. So that was a starting point. And then later on, I went into more professional courses, and then so many courses. The best thing is, many people ask me, where do you get certified? See, I got so many different certificates from so many institutions, but my real education started after the certification.
Oh, really? When you actually put it to
You
practice?
really learn after the certification, because you learn about everything, but unless a real flesh and blood patient or client comes and sits in front of you with a real hardcore problem, you want to know what to do with all these theories. So you fall down, get up, and fall down and get up, and learn, master all these techniques, and slowly start to use it step by step by step.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing professional therapy for the past 20 years now.
Oh, 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this like a PhD? Is it a doctorate program or just
No,
a
it's
certification?
a certification program where you have to write, papers, submit.
I see.
Yeah.
So do we have those institutes in India, or is it abroad?
You have institutes in India, you have affiliated institutes from abroad that functions here.
Right. So if
Yes.
somebody among our audience is interested to pursue this, how would they go about it?
No, if they want to learn self-hypnosis, we teach self-hypnosis to
Oh, I
people
see.
who are
Okay.
interested.
So,
Yes.
so you
We
have
also have a
regular workshops and
Yes.
things like that. Okay.
Our major focus is on hypnotherapy, where we help people to achieve what they want to achieve, overcome their blocks and problems. It can be depression, it can be overcoming bad habits, it can be sports excellence, it can be increasing focus,
Almost in any field, that means.
or insomnia.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's a huge, vast spectrum of various kinds of, things like depression,
Yeah.
stress, and also to improve on, become more excellent in whatever
Yes,
they're
yes.
doing.
So suppose somebody comes to us for a specific situation, let's say depression or exam anxiety. Now what happens is we have a 2 months program, 2 months, and every week we have one session that lasts for about 2 hours. At the end of the session, we give a recording, we teach them some techniques they can practice back at home.
Right.
So this happens every single week
Right.
for 2 months.
So can you, for the benefit of our audience,
Yeah.
give us one small exercise by which they will see some visible change in what they're doing, so that then that would induce them to take further steps.
One nice technique that you can use, all of us, is that just before you get up in the morning, you're still lying in the bed, and wakefulness has come, but you're not fully awake. At that point, you are in a natural, God-given hypnotic state. That means the brain waves are at alpha at that point. At this point, what you can do is think about how your ideal day is going to be. What is your best self going to be like, act like, speak like? Just imagine and project yourself as your best self for that day. You can run it as a movie, talk to yourself using nice positive power words, language, and actually feel those things inside you as if it's really happening. The key here is feeling. You have to emotionally jump in and be an actor or an actress and imagine that this is actually beautifully unfolding before you. That is your ideal day. And be there until you find a small shift, a little good feeling slowly flowing inside you. And once you feel that, you know you have sown the seed for a good day. It's the best way to start. Do it every day.
Thank you so much for being here today. I think we had a great conversation, and there are a lot of learnings for me especially, and I'm sure the audience also have learnt a lot, and you've given them a very, very interesting tip on how they can have a great day, and I'm sure they can follow this up, and if they want to know more, I'm sure that they will get in touch with you and they can benefit immensely, because I have learned today that I can use hypnosis, self-hypnosis or whatever to make my life better and be a better person as well. So thank you so much for watching this very, very interesting episode, viewers, and we would like you to follow what we call the SSLC method, which is subscribe to this channel, share what you've heard and listened to, like what you have seen, and last of all, please have your comments in the comments column. And then please press the bell button to get notifications from this channel. Thank you so much.